this is Carol Dorsey of Talking Music Business with Carol Dorsey. I am here with the infamous GB Cortez.
Yes.
I called him in I know you are. He's doing a lot of work. He's getting it in. I had to call him into my office because, today in this industry, I'm here to educate the artists, producers, songwriters, models, DJs, whatever they need to know to make it in this music business. So I had to call him in because he's doing a lot of things. And, he's not your average producer. He's wearing a lot of hats. He's also an artist as well. And I'm going to ask him a few questions and we're going to get to know GB because I like him short all day. We got to get to know GB. And so I'm going to get into my meeting with him and get the details on his career. So who is GB Cortez?
GB Cortez is a recording artist from the city of Detroit, Michigan. I wear a lot of hats. We're going to get into that. But I'm just a positive young man who represents the hip-hop culture. And I'm just trying to keep the understanding of the culture, just on the heads of our young and up-and-coming artists so they'll know exactly what it is that we represent out here. So I basically recording artists trying to keep this hip-hop thing alive, you know what I mean?
Okay. So we like it. Look, we in office. We're keeping it busy. We're keeping it 100. Outside all this, how I got to know you and gained interest into you was the song you did with one of our artists, Rashad Morgan. Yeah. Hot singer. We're going to start that back up. Ray went in his zone, wanted to re-record and do some more music for his album. So we kind of set back on this project to let him finish redeveloping himself with his music. And, we love that single. That's a single we're going to keep on pushing. It's a door opener for his career, and he loves it as well. So, Keep It 100 is one of his first singles. The second one is She Like It, which was produced by GB. You're going to love it. Google it. Google his name. Google Rashad Morgan. You can see the video and the song and see what I'm talking about. Outside of Rashad Morgan, who have you worked with?
Oh man, this list goes so long. I hope I can fit everybody in. Erica Badu, Goody Mob, your nephew BG.
Okay.
Rest in peace, V.O. Mike. I work with V.O. Mike too.
All right.
Jason Weaver.
Okay.
As far as Detroit artists go, Gina Mills, Rashad Morgan, Rob J26. These just go on and on.
Let's go on and on. See, now people you never knew. You always second guess people. You never know.
John Brown.
His list gets
90% of the artists in Detroit I've worked with. Some whether I was shooting a video, doing a video, beats, or sharing the stage. All the same thing. I've worked with like 90% of Detroit.
I'm going to touch all that because, outside of that, one thing I like about GB, he takes something, he study it because he also shoot videos and they're nice. They're nice. He's doing his thing. What made you tap into that era?
Well,
video production.
I was an artist first, and you get tired of waiting on people to come through, with video production period. So I just took it upon myself to learn every aspect of the game, so I wouldn't have to wait on anybody. In 2006, I picked up a laptop, so I had a camera, and it looked good, and I just went for it.
Test it out there.
And here we are, 2013, 50 music videos and covers and documentaries and all of that. I'm still learning as I'm going, but I just don't like the. You'll lose a lot of time, and timing is important in the music business. So you'll lose a lot of time waiting on folks. So I didn't want to wait on folks. And I had a record deal before, and I just wanted to learn every aspect, so I didn't have to wait on anybody to put a project on.
You're right. That's right. Well, how long you been doing this?
Professionally, I can say 11 years now.
Yeah. So you got history in the game.
Yeah.
So you did diamond. Once you go 10, that'll work. Outside of producing majority of all your music, who are you working with now?
I was blessed to be able to work with young money artist Torian Sellers. He's a young R&B dude. They reached out to me. They heard my production, and they were just like, "Oh man, we need one of them GB tracks."
Okay.
We've been hearing about your production.
Your signature on it. All
and
right,
if you ever hear it, that's me on the beat too. That's how you know I did the beat.
He got his little signature. That works.
Takara Hamilton out in Atlanta. I'm working with her. Your artist,
Okay. Yeah.
Rob.
Yeah.
I actually dropped a verse on a record that we're working on now. We're just waiting on. He's a busy dude, so we waiting on him to get all the
getting
stuff
them back
that
in the
he's doing.
studio. Yeah, he love his album gonna be real nice, and I think y'all two together will do some chemistry because know what y'all take that extra step and y'all step out the box. Just like at the music conference that we just did with the conglomerates, KD's got up there on the mic and he said what he has learned being born and raised from Detroit, he has learned to step outside the box, and he told Detroit artists stop trying to be the same old Detroit, saying our sound and this and that. He said sometimes you need to step out the box to get recognized and stop enclosing yourselves into one type of sound. Diversify yourself, and we all stood up and we clapped and saluted because that's why I was brought here to let Detroit artists know is bigger. In order for your sound, for people to come to your sound, you have to deliver what the industry is asking for. Once you deliver that and you solidify yourself, it's okay to throw out a sound that was originated from Detroit. But in order to do that, you have to step outside the box. And that's what they say is getting kind of hard for Detroit artists because they're trying to lock in the sound and the industry haven't accepted that. So in order for it to be accepted, give what the industry is asking for and bring them back to your world.
That's right.
So I'm glad KDZ got it.
I'm glad he did too.
He said that. He said he has stepping outside the box and realized it's bigger than Detroit. And he's born raised in Detroit. He gonna rep the D till he died. But know what? It's about delivering what's needed. The music industry is a business.
Yeah, it's a business.
And people don't understand that it's not a hobby, it's a business. So if the industry asks for a certain wavelength and you gotta deliver, you're a true artist, you're gonna deliver what the industry is asking for. And bring them back to your world. Nothing's wrong with that. So what has been your worst and best experience throughout your career to this day? Because everybody have. You always have a good and a bad.
Well, I was blessed enough to be signed to a record label, major record label in 2002. And once I put in all that work to get signed, once I got there and I saw that, my group members who I was with, we didn't have that same energy that we had to get there. It kind of made me lose a little feel for what I was going for. So that probably was my worst time when I was signed. And I just saw all my hard work kind of start to dither down. And then a lot of people from home, they thought that I lost my deal. And a lot of people just wasn't with me like they was on my come up. So it kind of discouraged me, and that was my worst time. But my best time had to be performing for Coretta Scott King and the Troops over in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba.
Oh, all right.
So
you went outside the box.
Yeah.
You went outside the country.
Yeah. I went to Cuba in 2002 and performed for the Joint Task Force out there. It was a mind-blowing experience. I could never imagine flying from, my first time on a plane, I flew to Cuba and performed for our soldiers right when the terrorist attacks and all that was going on. So that was my best. It was awesome. And the worst experience was, I was in a situation where I also write records for R&B artists too. A lot of people don't know that, but I do that too.
You know now.
And I had a situation where I could have got a pub deal ranging from $500,000 to $1 million, and because of my affiliation with certain people, that opportunity was extracted from me. And then another opportunity came a week later, and two $1 million deals went through my hands. And it was because somebody else, me. So that was just like it was a kick in the head. But you get up from those things and you keep going.
You learn from your experiences. That's what I believe in life. You learn from your mistakes, the good and the bad.
Right. I had some type of balance. You know what I'm saying? Not many people can say they performed for the King family, and then not a lot of people can say that they were handpicked to go perform for the soldiers in Cuba. So it balances out.
Okay. We definitely need to know that. Hey, he is a songwriter. He doesn't just do hip hop. he does writing for R&B artists, and they need that because you know R&B is the new wave. I'm telling you, R&B and pop music. I love hip hop. It paid me well throughout the years. You know, salute my nephew BG. It paid me throughout the years, and I continue on supporting it. But you know, R&B is the key, as well as pop, to lock in longevity.
Yeah.
You know, you have to be consistent in this hip hop industry and keep the money flowing. But R&B, you make one R&B and you can ride off that for eternity.
Yes, we can.
I swear. Who inspires you and influenced you throughout your career?
Well, right now, who is right now is my son. Bryce McGee, that's my dude in my heart. He keeps me, he definitely keeps me going. But before that, it was, you know, Run DMC, African Bambaataa.
Oh yeah, African Bambaataa. I know about that. Just do your history.
Just the founders of hip hop, the culture, period. That inspires me. That's it's not just, you know, rap music. It's b-boying, graffiti, DJing. It's 4 elements of hip hop, and all that is a lifestyle that we use to this day. You know, so just the whole culture of hip hop. It's just me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know how to embrace it.
Yeah, I embrace it. You know, like the way we wear our clothes, the way we talk, the way we dance, eat, hang out, just the whole thing.
You respect it.
And I want to keep that alive. A lot of up and coming artists, they don't even know that hip hop is the culture and rap is the music of that culture. So I want that to be, you know, to be known.
Bring that back. Yeah, bring that back.
Like you, I want to educate more people. Just like you do,
of
you know what I mean?
Of course, we need that because if they have the right guidance, they can be successful in this business and not fail at it. Now we've discussed your many hits. I mean, throughout these questions, we're getting up there, but I want you to name the many hits you wear now in this industry.
Recording artist, videographer, producer, engineer, songwriter, and I can say motivational speaker too. I mean, all of that. You know, just everything you can do in the entertainment industry besides management and being an R&B recorder. Other than that, I did it.
Okay, you also have. I seen, you know, watching your career, watching you closely, all the moves you made. You also have been developing artists.
Yes.
Throughout your career, you played a part and gave hands because you know, like me and my brother was talking about earlier. You know, they need more Rick Rosses. You know, Rick Ross is a successful artist, but he also is a CEO of his label and has a few major artists under his label, and don't deny his success. Because I see a lot of, you know, artists of the industry today. Sometimes they don't give that extra push they should give the artists that came underneath and let them flow. As well as, you know, Lil Wayne does this. I can say Rick Ross and Lil Wayne, they doing the same thing. Because Lil Wayne let his artists flow. Look, he got Nicki Minaj, he got Drake, you know, they doing their thing. He got other artists that's under development that he don't mind giving the torch to because he don't feel threatened. You coming up being an artist, producer, engineer, videographer, and, you know, developing CEO under your label, you don't mind handing the torch over?
No, not at all.
Artists?
Not at all. That's what happens eventually anyway. Once you have your tenure in the game, you want to pass the torch down to somebody who you believe can, you know, keep
That's
going.
extra income. That's what I'm saying. A lot of artists they do this here and they try to limit their artists, but hey, that's extra income.
That's
like Jay-Z good at his, and Kanye West. They have artists that are successful and they hand them the torch. And you know, they still successful at what they do, regardless the artist is either right there on their footstep, damn near about to pass them, but they cool with that.
Yeah, you summed it up. Like, if I put an artist out here and they be as successful as I am, or even close to that, it's a win-win. It's a plus. Anybody who don't salute that, they just greedy. I'm not a greedy person. I believe what's mine is mine, what's yours is yours, what's yours is yours. You know what I mean? Not a penny over, not a penny under. That's just how I am. I'm not a greedy person. And then when I was coming up, I wish I had somebody who had that type of knowledge that can teach me, that can get me past the BS. I don't have to walk through it.
Of course.
Just go ahead and slide me right on past that. And that's really the main thing about me teaching other artists and having other artists under me, not for no financial gain, because I'm blessed, very blessed. Just so they can know. You don't want people with all this talent going in not knowing and then getting screwed. It's just, it happened to me. I don't want it to happen to anybody else.
Of course, that's what I've been there, done that, been schooled, been taught, and that's why I allowed myself to teach others. And you know, me and my nephew BJ went through a struggle of learning the game and had to learn it and the ins and outs about it, you know, and going through all what he went through with Cash Money. It was a great learning experience, and it taught us well how to move forward in this industry. And I just feel that's what I was brought here for. Outside his being incarcerated, is for me to teach others, you know, the way the industry goes. And a lot of people need to know this. You know, a lot of artists have a tendency to think that because you have powerful management that know people and is connected in the industry, that's fine and good and game. But also it takes the artists themselves to put in a lot of work. Because I tell my artists that come to me and sign me, I say, look, we that enhance you, but you are the door. You know, regardless of what I have, I just have the education and the experience to help you get there. But you are the vessel. And regardless, we can do a million things. If you don't move, we can't move. So I let artists know that, and I teach that because I can't tell artists what to do. I know they got them in their career. And if they choose to
you don't know water, but you can't make them drink.
Yeah, and so that's what, you know, that's how we all go through our experiences, because I'm going through them right now. But I understand it, you know, they the vessel, and we can only enhance their situation after they kick the door. Who are you affiliated with now?
Well, TMG Media Group, that's my label that I created in 2010. You know,
It's a process.
It's a process. Dealing with the first label. Big shouts out to Ward Miller. Thank you for the opportunity. If you ever see this, thank you. Learning from that situation, then I worked with Grand Hustle for a minute.
Okay.
And that you know, with Rashad, that taught me the business. And I just wanted to do things on my own because I learned it. Contracts. So I just decided to start my own thing, TMG Group. That's who I'm affiliated with now. I know what I'm doing. It freaks me out sometimes that I actually, when I speak, I know what I'm talking about now.
Good.
And I also, through my hustling from 2010 and now, getting those artists up under me, I was presented with the opportunity to link up with Inglewood Fontana, which is a digital distribution company. They saw my work. They came to me. I didn't go to them. They came to me. Said, we like what you're doing. We want to distribute your record. And so that's why I'm with TMG Media Group and Inglewood Fontana 333 Music.
You feel good about that? You feel good that it's you're a part of it. You know the process. You know the work you got to put in. You know nobody ain't going to work as hard as you. So you know the avenues in the door that you're making an opportunities for yourself.
Yeah.
I like to see all this experience that because they understand what goes on behind the scenes. Because you know a lot of people don't recognize that it's a lot of behind the scenes that go on with the artists. The artist is the door opener, and the paid, they have to do things in order for us to enhance their situation. So you being able to experience that, so you know how hard you got to push your to make it to the next level. That's good. So what should we expect from the future?
Well,
with GB?
We already have Imported from Detroit, the mixtape out right now.
Okay.
18, 19 songs, doing very well. One of the songs made it to business50.com.
All right.
Coast to Coast mixtapes. Guys just blessing me.
What made you come up with that title?
Imported from Detroit. Well, being that I'm from Detroit and I'm taking my hustle all over the United States, everywhere, even across the pond, I want to let them know I'm imported from Detroit. Just like the cars.
Yep.
You know, the cars, they all over
Motor
the world.
City, baby.
They everywhere. Our cars are everywhere, and you got artists from here that's about to be everywhere. So I'm imported from Detroit. You know, whenever you see me in Atlanta, understand this product, this man, this music, this hustle comes from Detroit.
Nah, you can't get no realer than that. That was some G. Right there. He just said that was some G stuff. So when you came together, you just sat down and just said, no, well, let me do a project. Is it just you on there, other people? You got features or
on Imported from Detroit, it's pretty much just me on it. Yeah, I wanted the people to feel me. You know what I mean? And that's just what that story is. They needed to hear me as an artist. So I didn't want to, you know what I'm saying, I believe in myself. I'm a big believer, and I just wanted to show them that I can stand on my own without having, feature help, even though I could have had.
You know what? That's what I try to install in my artists
A lot of people
today.
can't stand on them.
No, but this, I try to install this in my artists today. They don't know, like, all these successful artists that's coming out today. Some of them are one-hit wonders now. But, know what I respect their mind, but it's singles that they created, that they grinded behind, and know what they blew up, and they just jumping on this. So, I just hate when my artists come to me to if I get this feature, this will help me. No, you don't. You know how many hits that's blowing up without a soul, and the features are the majors trying to get on their record because how hot the record is. So that's a lesson learned. Just like this music concert we had, every day, the label execs we had there, they straight up said, look, if you doing what you do in the industry gonna come to you. You don't have to come to the industry. You don't have to come to us and say, how could I get a deal? You shouldn't have to ask that. If you making the waves and you making the pathway, we're gonna recognize you and we're gonna seek you.
And that's what happened to me. I didn't finish answering that one question though. I have a new project dropping October 30th called Unrestricted Free Agent.
Okay.
And that's going to be another 16, 17 songs that's coming with three to four music videos. Okay. And then 2014 sometime I'm dropping a real album. It's called Balance. So that's what
you're working your way up.
Yeah, we're working
You're working your way up to, the final product.
Yeah, it's definitely GB Cortez is a force to be reckoned with. I spent a lot of time, behind the scenes doing other things just so I can build relationships, just like I did the Conglomerate DJs Picnic. I do that just so for the relationships,
so they can. Relationships.
Yeah.
I can't say that.
Yeah. So I just want to make sure I hit them with what I got coming out because it's coming.
Yeah, I know.
And if I say I'm dropping it, it's gonna drop.
I know it is. I know his word is solid. Trust me, it's 100. His word is 100. You as an inspiring artist and producer, what are the things you do? Because I see you be blessed that you work out, you do this and that, because that's a thing that these artists should get into, staying physically fit, because you need that. Because right now it's about a show.
Yeah, it's not
about just a song. You have to actually do a show.
They want to see when they come to the venue. So I make sure, I was a football player. Like, if I didn't have my tragic knee injury, I would be in the NFL team. Okay. But I know that once you're traveling, performing, you have to keep that wind up. You have to keep your appearance up. So I take it upon myself. I don't have a trainer or anything. I just get up and I just work out. I saw Beyonce and Destiny's Child running and singing. They was in heels, running and singing at the same time. That's why they can hit those notes while they dancing and perform. Even though I'm a hip hop artist, I don't want to be sucking air. Yeah, I don't want to be sucking air. So I run and rap my verses. I try to lead by example. I don't like to do too much woofing. You gotta keep yourself in shape if you're a recording artist. Even the traveling will
wear you down.
So you have to be in shape.
You have to maintain.
All artists work out. Period.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to express today.
Even if you don't like it, it's a part of the game. Just like going laying down. Yeah, it's professional. And plus, who doesn't want to look good?
Yeah, and not that. Who wanna not have the energy to do their show?
Right.
You gotta deliver.
And that's where a lot of artists fail. It's a lot of artists that are real close to me who have so much talent, but they need to work on that endurance. Those lights get hot.
Yeah.
It
get hot.
It's like being in a boxing match up there. If you got a set that's 15 minutes or more, that's a long time to be performing songs and keeping your energy. It's just a must. You just leave it there. It's a must to work out. Work out to them.
Yeah. That's a good thing, because that's what I want him to get, because I know he takes the time to work out, be physically fit throughout being in the studio, shooting a video. He always maintained to have time to work out on a daily. What advice you can give to these upcoming artists that's in this music industry, and they do have a lot of hot-headed ones out here that think they're famous, and you sell a unit, man.
Right.
It's a lot of work to put in, but.
Well, of course, off top, keep God first.
Always.
Believe in yourself, because a lot of people doing this and they only halfway believe in themselves. Also, this is the record business. You need to learn this business. That's how you get your paper. Don't even approach putting your song on the radio if you ain't got the paperwork, BDS, media base, all that. Y'all do that research on your own, but having that paperwork, it's a must. It's no purpose of putting out a record, putting out a video, doing anything without paperwork. If you don't got that paperwork, just don't do it.
Yep.
Just keep it in your headphones or keep it as a hobby, because this is the record business, and I stress that first.
Yeah, because they always question me, tell me, Miss Carol, why are you so adamant? The artists I take on, the first thing I require is let's get the paperwork straight first. Let's look up all your music. What music have you done? Let's get the registration first. You're going to be MIS. Let's register all your stuff. Miss Dorsey, why we got to do all that this time consuming? You know what? Because any day when you blow, all that is registered. Trust me, they don't understand that when artists blow today, music come from out of nowhere. They go track your history back from Timbuktu, and they're going to put it in. So that's money you can make off the music that you did years prior. That they don't have nothing to do with it. They start collecting. Fans start collecting your music. They're learning and studying the artists. So it's very important that you get all your music registered and get all that done too.
Another thing I want to say is, if you're a recording artist, you don't always have to put out songs to make money. Like, for instance, I produced a record for Jazzy T, WBOK 93.7 in Buffalo, New York.
Okay.
And it's her intro. It was only supposed to play for 3 months. But it's been on her radio for 2 years now. And that's a check that don't stop. It's just an intro. It's a 3-minute intro. And it's playing just like a record.
Yeah.
You know, you even have people calling in requesting to play that record. This is New York we talking about. The second biggest market in New York. I have a record that's been playing for 2 years. And that check's not gonna stop coming as long as they playing it, you know? So I just want them artists to know it's more than just being that artist. You know, you can do jingles, you can do, you know,
movie soundtracks.
I mean, it just don't stop there.
It don't. It's all avenues into this industry. They just gotta study it and learn it and take every advantage that they have to make music, not just, you know, show performances, one thing. But like you said, soundtracks. They got too many independent movies coming out here that you can submit your music to. Jingles, of course, doing intros for people, submit music, do research, and see what type of music that's looked out here for companies. Companies be looking for songs
all day long
for they, you know, to sell and market their brand. It's a lot of avenues that they can take, and they should really take advantage of it. They really should take advantage.
And there's other radio stations besides the premier ones in your city. You have subsidiary radio stations that are being tracked by ASCAP, Media Backing. You can get your songs on those radio stations. They might not be as heavy as 107.5 and, you know, the 98s of the world, but it's still counting. You can still get a check.
And then not only that, them smaller markets can bring you concerts. Money and revenue, because they are paying more in the smaller market and can get you out there to do concerts, set you up shows, and make you money. That definitely can. You can see he's a one-stop shop, as you see. How they can find you, because I know you everywhere.
Just type in GB Cortez on your Google, your Facebook, your
That's what
Twitter.
I tell everybody. Google me.
Just hit Google. I was surprised. I just did it one day. I just said, let me just see how much stuff I have out here. I Googled my name and I mean, it just,
a list of pages start popping up.
Yeah.
That's showing you staying consistent.
Yeah.
You staying consistent and getting out here and working with everybody. I also suggest artists, like, cause he always reaching out to artists that's hot or had a potential. He reach out and say, let's collab, let's get together. He don't limit himself and he don't get Hollywood, as they out here saying. And he'll work with you. So, you know, he's the type that you call him if you're a hot artist and you need a track and work, he'll sit down and work with you and work out something with you to get out here and help expand your career. But, you know, you got to reach out. People, just stop sitting there secluding yourself and not reaching out to other avenues. You know, you got to expand your career.
Right, and we in this digital media phase where everything, most of it is on the internet. You know, artists need those visuals too. You gotta keep, and so much stuff coming out. You know, you have to keep yourself in the loop, keep yourself seen. Those visuals, holla at me. You need some visuals, whether it be music video or in studio, follow anything.
Yeah, know? He's there. He been record for Hot 107.5. That's a Radio 1 station here that's real hot and doing their thing. He has been very supportive of them being able to film and meet, you know, major celebrities behind the scenes to actually get their footage on their life and what's going on with their lives. So, you know, just don't limit yourself, people. He don't. Any opportunities there, he take advantage of.
Like T.I. saw me I don't know what city I was in. And he said, boy, you be work. That's what he said to me because I filmed him like maybe 5 or 6 different times in my 1 year stint with Grand Hustle.
Yeah.
I mean, he keeps seeing me. And every time he see me, he said, boy, you be working.
Yes, I ain't limited myself,
you gotta
man.
put that work in. A lot of artists want it, but they
don't
I
have to
worked
grind
with
to
them.
get it.
You know what I mean? I worked with them. They talk about it, they dream about it, and they just don't want to work. I'm like, how are you gonna get to this point to where you dream in your head if you're not putting that work in? That's another thing. Work. Look, I ain't no super duper millionaire, but I live a good life, and I'm doing it. To me, I feel like I'm the example. I'm doing it. You know what I mean? So
no limit. He has
a lot
no
of people
limit.
might not know that. Everybody might not know the name GB Cortez. They will.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He ain't stopping.
Yeah,
He's not stopping. He fulfilling his dream. He actually taking his dream and making it reality. A lot of people dream a lot, but don't take the effort to make it a reality.
Yeah,
so he's taking the steps to make it a reality, not just a dream. So people, we're talking music business with Carol Dorsey, here with GB Cortez. He gave me some knowledge just now on stuff he doing. So y'all keep it 100. Keep following my movement. Start following his.
Please
He's a force to be reckoned with. So we out.